Hi everyone, and welcome to Stay Strong Online. My name is Krista, and today we're going to be doing a foam roller workout. So we're going to be using the foam roller in order to add a little bit more of a challenge to some familiar exercises. If you don't have the foam roller, that's okay. You can use a small or medium-sized ball. It's best to do these exercises on the floor on a mat with the roller. And I also encourage you to try each exercise and modify if you need to. Just take what you need and leave what you don't. So whenever you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with the foam roller at our side, and your positioning for the lower body can either be on your knees, or you can come off into that sort of side saddle or your stag position here. So I'm going to take stag. We've got one leg in the front here. The shin is parallel to the edge of the mat. The other leg mirrors it just behind. Just going to gently hold on to the roller. We're doing a bit of a side stretch. So you're going to inhale, lengthen the arm up towards the ceiling. You're going to exhale, side bend. You want to make sure that that cheek on the left side is still touching the floor. I say touching, but it's low. It's not lifting off. If it's not touching, that's okay. From the start, I should say. So you're going to inhale to come back up, exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift the arm up, and exhale, press out. Just nice and light pressure on that foam roller. Just moving it out there a little bit more. Neck is in line with the spine. Coming back up and lowering down. One more time. Inhale, the arm goes up. Exhale, you side bend and press the foam roller away. Come all the way back up and then lower back down. Switching sides. So if you were on your knees, you can stay where you are on the knees. If you're in that sort of stag position, you're going to change the legs up. And my right glute here, that sit bone doesn't really touch the mat, and you can elevate yourself so that you feel a little bit more even if you want, or you can just sort of let that float for now, but try not to let it lift off of the mat when you're going into your side bend. Inhale as you come up with the arm nice and tall through the spine. Exhale as your side bend. It might take a rep or two just to figure out where your foam roller should be as you come back in and down. Inhale, the arm goes up. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower the arm. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, press the roller away. Gentle pressure. Inhale. And exhale to lower down. So now we're going to do a little bit of leg work with the foam roller. I'm going to place it near enough to the end of my mat, and I'm going to come all the way down here. So it's a little bit of a maneuver just to make sure that it doesn't get away on you. I'm going to come all the way down onto your back, and then you're going to put the balls of your feet on the foam roller. You're going to bring your heels together. So you're making a little bit of a V shape with your feet. Balls of the feet are gently pressing down onto the roller, and you're going to just do a couple repetitions where you just straighten the legs, or maybe keep a soft bend in the knees at the end range, and then come all the way back in. Those heels stay together. You're pressing away and coming back in. One more time like that. Press out and come back in. Now we're going to add a little bit more of a challenge, or you can continue on with just the leg lengthenings. You're going to gently lift the bum off the mat. So now you're pushing down on the roller because you've lifted your bum. You needed that stability. Now you're going to press the legs out. Just a bit of a hover on the bum there off the mat. Come in. Stay up. Press out. And in. And out. And in. And out. One more time. And in. And out. Lots of hamstrings here. All the way back in. So if it gets away on you, just bring it all the way back. We're going to change this to single leg. So one leg is going to be the working leg. It's going to stay on the roller. I'm going to make that my left leg to start off with. My right leg is going to come into a tabletop position. My upper body is relaxed. And remember, if you do feel a little bit of a strain on your neck, or you already know you need something under your head, go for it. It just makes everything a little bit easier. So the ball of the foot on the foam roller, you're just going to press away, and maybe the leg doesn't lengthen all the way, or maybe it does come all the way back in. You just want some control there. Press out and come in. Takes a little bit to get that control. Now that was 3. Now we're going to add a bicycle kick to this. So the right leg is going to start out on a low diagonal, and as you press the foam roller away, you're going to bend that right knee and in, and the right leg goes straight, and press and bend and straighten. One more time. Straighten the left leg, bend the right, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Bringing the right foot down onto the foam roller, and the left leg is going to start in tabletop position first. So the left leg is not moving, right leg presses the foam roller away and pull it back in. Your spine is in neutral. Press out and in. One more time like that, just nice and steady, and in. Now we're going to add that bicycle. So the left leg is going to start out long, and then as you press that foam roller away, you're going to bend the left knee in and straighten. Sometimes it's best not to think about it and just go that natural rhythm of the body. Great. Straightening out and bringing both feet down onto the roller. You're going to take, if you did have something underneath your head, you're going to make sure you take that away. You're going to bring the arches of your feet onto the foam roller. Your hands are down by your side, and we're going to do a roll up. So you're going to roll through the hips. You're going to pelvic tilt, and then you're going to press down into the roller so it doesn't go away, and you're going to lift straight up. So this is pretty intense on the hamstrings. Do what you can and roll yourself back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Press down into the roller. If it's too much, just put your feet on the floor. Rolling through the spine, pressing down with the feet, lifting up with the hips, glutes are on. Hands are down, rolling, definitely working here. And one more time. Rolling through the spine, pushing down with the feet, lifting up, and rolling back down. Lots of work on the hamstrings here. Watch for cramping, and then just let this go. So I want you to just let your foam roller go away there, and give yourself a little knees in towards the chest. And if you did feel a little bit of tension in those hamstrings, just give that foot a nice stretch up towards the ceiling. Lengthen behind the leg. Small bend in the knee, soft knee, so it's not a locked knee. And bend and reach the other leg up. Nice to flex that foot. Think about almost like you're pushing against the ceiling with that foot, the bottom of the foot there. Lengthening the hamstring, and just come all the way back down. Wonderful. Okay, so now after our leg work there and the hip rolls, we're going to go into a roll over prep. So what we're going to do is come back down onto the mat, and your option is to hold onto the roller if you want to with your hands, but we're just going to leave it alone for now. So if you were having the roller, it would be up against your bum. You're holding onto it here. You're going to start off with the legs in tabletop. You want to make sure you've imprinted the spine. You're going to lengthen the legs out on a medium diagonal here. So a little bit high, not too low. As you bend the knees in, I want you to lift the tailbone off of the mat. Think about bringing your knees towards your shoulders and not lifting your bum up towards the ceiling. Let's go again here. Lengthening the legs, bending the knees, and lifting that tailbone off and lowering back down. 3 more. Reach out the legs, bend the knees, lift, and out, bend, curl. And last one, straighten the legs, bend the knees, and curl it in. Great. Press those feet back down onto the mat. We're going to come onto the stomach now. And you're going to have the foam roller in front of you. So all the way down on the belly. You're going to press the roller away. And your head is still going to hover here just off of the mat. So you're not all the way down here. Your legs are wide. They can be as wide as the mat. And if you can, I want you to try to turn the feet outwards. And that's coming from the hips. So you're spiraling those hips outwards. And so are your feet. Just to warm up here. So remember, you're about in line with where your arms and your shoulders are with your head. You're not all the way down. You're just going to bring that foam roller towards you. Keep your upper body lifted. Then press away. And bend. And press. Now we're using our upper back, and we're also trying to imprint that spine away from the mat as well. So we're trying to bring those ribs and hips closer together, just so that we're not completely collapsed through the abdominals. Like there's a little bug underneath your tummy and you don't want to squish it. Let's do 2 more here. Bend and press. And last one, bend and press. This time, if you actually loved those and those were enough for you, then keep going with them. We're going to turn the hands up so your pinky side is down where the hand is, your thumbs are up. You're going to push down on the roller and lift the upper body. So the roller comes gently towards you, and I'm not bending my elbows. And then you're going to press the roller away. You're going to lift the upper body, bring that roller towards you, and then press. One more time. Let's add an inhale to lift, using that roller for support, and get a nice stretch through the shoulders, and then coming back down. Now before you come all the way up, just do yourself a favor and give yourself a little shelf stretch here, also known as child's pose. So the knees can be wide, your hands can be in front, your upper body is in a little C shape here, a little turtle shell. Your arms can be anywhere, excuse me, that feel comfortable. So they can even be down by your side here. Wonderful. Great. So going into the last exercise, we're going to do a side bend. And we certainly have some variety here as well. So a couple of variations that you can do. You can have the knees and the feet stacked. Knees stacked, and maybe the feet are one in front of the other. So the top foot is in front. So that's part one. And for any of the exercises, your hand is going to be directly underneath your shoulder. If the straight arm is not comfortable for you yet, you can be down on the elbow. And if this exercise is a no-go, then that's okay too. We'll develop the muscle and the strength and stability there to get to this point. Now the other option for the legs is to have the bottom knee bent and the top leg comes across and the foot is flat on the floor. So it's sort of what they call like the Cleopatra pose. Again, your elbow can be down, your hand can be down here as well. I'm going to take the hand down position, and I'm going to take the knees together with one foot in front position today. So this is an exercise for the lower obliques here as you're lifting. It's shoulder stability and a little bit of the legs in this position. So your arm's going to come up towards the ceiling if that's available to you. You're actually going to push your hips forward and then lift the hip up towards the ceiling. And the left arm is straight here on the mat, and then you're coming all the way back down with control. Lift that arm up and lift. So I'm pushing from the bottom here with the obliques. I'm lifting with my hips. I'm stabilizing here with the left arm and coming back down. One more time. You're going to push into your feet as well. Use them while you've got that stability, because it only gets more challenging from here. Lifting up, pressing those hips forward and up towards the ceiling, and now you're coming back down. So onto the other side. Again, I'm going to take the same on this side. So your knees are stacked, your feet are separated, you've got your top foot in front. So you're pushing with the inside of your top foot and the outside of your bottom foot. The hand is down, my fingers are spread for stability, and I want my hand to be relatively underneath my shoulder once I get up and over. Inhale, the arm comes up. Exhale, I push into that hand, but I'm pushing the hips forward, lifting the hip up towards the ceiling. So yes, there's pressure on my right hand, but a lot of the work is coming from the core as well. And I'm, of course, pushing with my feet. Inhale, exhale, up. So you want to come up with control, and you want to come down with control. So you almost unwind that position that you just went into. One more time. Inhale, exhale, press, and over, and coming down, and release. Maybe just come to a soft sitting position, whatever that means to you. I'm going to cross my legs. Just roll the shoulders. Great. And let's just bring one arm across. So that is a very mini workout there with the foam roller. Trying to get all ranges of motion there as well. And work a little bit of the full body. Hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear what you think about these exercises, and if you're finding them challenging, or if you're finding them too easy, let me know. I hope you have a wonderful day and stay strong.